So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a given Venn diagram and then we're going to evaluate the number of each elements in the set indicated. So you have to remember your notation from lecture number 22 about intersections, complements, and unions. So if you haven't done that yet, I would definitely recommend going back and watching that before proceeding. Otherwise, let's get started. So the first one's asking us for the number, that's n, of elements in set B. So just remember that set B is the entire circle. So it's going to be all of this. So here we have 8 plus 5. So those are the two pieces that go into making set B. So that's going to be 13. Then we're asked for the number of elements in set A and B. So that's just this middle I-shaped piece here. So that's just 8, right? Nothing more to count there. I'm going to skip the third one. Let's go to the fourth one. The number of elements in A or B. So that's for us is going to be everything here everything in either of the shaded circles. So that's going to be 9 plus 8 plus 5. So that should be 22 elements. And then the last one they're asking for is the number of elements that are not in A or not in B. Sorry, not or, Kelly. Not in A and not in B. So there's 4 places to be in this set, right? You can be here in the outside. You can be in only B. You can be in A and B, or you can be in just A. So if I'm in not A, so let's start there. Let's find all the places that are not A. I'm going to erase everything actually. So not A is going to be all of this. This is not A. Everything you see in pink here is not A. So I could be here, but I have a second requirement as well. I have to be in not B also. So in order to be in not B, I have to be outside of the circle B. So there's B, and I can be anywhere but there. So I could be over here. And this kind of looks intense, but bear with me. So you kind of have to think, where do pink and purple, or sorry, where do pink and blue overlap? And if you look, you can see that they only overlap in the white outside bit. So not A and not B is this area here. Because if I'm in this outside white area, then I'm not in A, and I'm also not in B. So this is not A and not B. And notice that we have the number here in the bottom left corner that tells us exactly how many elements are in that set, which is 10. So this is not A and not B. So the next thing that we have to tackle here is a two-way table. So a two-way table just kind of gives you some data for 2 categories. So you can kind of think of this as set A. Maybe set A is baby's birth weight, and set B is mother's smoking status. Right? So there's really only 2 sets that you're dealing with, not 4, even though there are 4 numbers that are given here. So basically what you want to do is you want to draw a Venn diagram for this. So think of it like this. So here's your universal set. This is everybody, right, that was polled or whatever, your kind of just your environment. And then you have one set that's going to represent the mom smoking or not. And then the other set is going to be represented by the baby's birth weight. So we can let this be a smoker, and you can pick smoker or non-smoker, but just pick one, because if this circle, inside the circle is a smoker, then outside the circle is the non-smoker. So that's kind of how you get the two categories, but it's really just one set. And then for the second one, baby's birth weight status, let's let it be low birth weight. So even though we have low birth weight and normal birth weight, it's still one set. Everything inside of the circle is low birth weight. Therefore, everything outside the circle is normal birth weight. So just to be clear, if I'm here, this is non-smoking mother and normal birth weight. If I'm inside the low birth weight circle, but not in the intersection, that means that I have low birth weight because I'm in the low birth weight circle, but my mother wasn't a smoker. So low birth weight and non-smoking mother. Similarly, if I'm over here in the smoker circle, but not in the intersection. So this is a smoker and normal birth weight. And then if I'm in the intersection, I'm a smoker and I have low birth weight. Right? So that says smoker plus low weight. So I hope you can see now that there are 4 different kind of categories, which corresponds to the 4 boxes, right? So in this box here, I'm looking at normal birth weight. I look up to see normal birth weight. And then I look left and I see that's smoker. So normal birth weight plus smoker, right? So 132 babies were born that had normal birth weight and a smoking mother. Okay, so similarly, this box would be normal weight and non-smoker. Right, so remember, you're just looking what's above you and then what's to the side, and that's telling you your 2 qualities. So over here, we're going to have low weight, and if I look left, I'm going to see it's non-smoker. And then this last one over here is low weight plus smoker. So that's how you read a 2-way table. And now that we have that, we can take the Venn diagram version of our 2-way table and we can go ahead and just fill in each of these numbers. So we know that normal weight plus smoker. So where's that? That's outside the low and outside the smoke. And inside the smoker. So this is normal birth weight. Well, 132. Normal weight and smoker. So this is 132. And then we also have normal birth weight and non-smoker. So that's here, 186. I'm kind of just figuring out where all my labels are. Non-smoker and normal weight. I also have low birth weight and smoker. So that's right here in the middle, 18. And then I also have low birth weight and non-smoker. So that last one goes low birth weight, and non-smoker. So that last one goes right here. So now we've kind of corresponded all the pieces from the table and put them into the Venn diagram. So this is great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to ask some, oh, maybe I should address one more question really quick. If I wanted to also read this table a little bit further, something I could look at the total number of smokers equals 18 plus 32. So I just read it across. So if I were to do this, this is total smokers, right? SMK. So that's 18 plus 32. Sorry, 18 plus 132. So that equals 150. And then similarly, I could do this over here. This is going to be total non-smoker. And that's going to be 14 plus 186. So that equals 200. Another thing to notice here, that will require me to move this away. I think I'll show you in 1 second what I'm going to do. So then I could also look here at low birth weight. So total low birth weight is 18 plus 14, which equals 32. And then my total normal birth weight is 132 plus 186, which is, I don't know, like 318. I don't remember. 132 plus 186, 318. So that's how I get all my totals. Notice that if you were to take 318 and 32, you would get 350. Right? 32 and 318, that's 350. Also notice that if you took 150 and 200 from the smoking categories, that's also 350. And that is by design. So the total number of people in this study or survey is 350. And by people, I mean babies. So there were 350 babies in this survey. And we need to know how many non-smokers we had, how many smokers we had, how many low birth weight we had, and how many normal birth weights we had, because we have a set of questions coming up. They're going to ask us about proportionality based on this two-way table. So that's in the next video. It'll be short, and I'll see you then.